Hey everyone, Mature Simmer here. So, I'm just, I got caught up helping out someone here, so forgot to get on and record what I was doing today during that, because we were chatting and then I was helping them out. So they ran into a situation, and I had taken a contract on this field before to bale, just like this. They were running into an issue where it was glitching on them for the bales, and they thought, oh, I can't lower them, but they operate with the crane controls for some reason, and they are super tricky to line up and so forth. So we'll give you this to watch while I'm sitting there explaining what I did. So just as always, I've been working on some contracts, selling some silage, and going ahead and working my field. So you may have seen the bale roll a little bit there. That's the other thing I noticed, is as you get close, there's almost like this ghost that pushes things. But in any event, so I've mowed my grass, and I got 315,437 liters off the fields, which is about 6,000 liters better than the best I've done before. So, pretty happy with that. I've split it evenly among the silos. So you can see here 149, 144, just, a little bit different of how they're running. Plus, again, it was a partial load into the one silo. It only had about 9,000, I think it was 9,135 instead of 16,100. So that's the difference there. Now, obviously, it looks like he finally got it. Yeah, he did, but I think he's just desperately trying to get to the next bale. So yeah, this is the fun with this, but when you need the cash, you're kinda, doing what you need. So I think he's got it. He's just gotta pick them up and fold them like the front one, and then he should be able to transport them. Don't drop them off. I've done that before. You can see it sliding around on there. So, never fun. But there we go. He's got it folded in. That should help hold them. And now he should be good. So, now that Peter's heading back to deliver those bales first, I'll pop back over here. So, as I said, we've harvested that. Now, I should be okay with the lime. That usually works for 3 harvests, but I'm gonna have to probably rent that sometimes multiple times a year to spread, but I still think that's gonna be less expensive than trying to buy the thing eventually and so forth. The biggest challenge is not having the implement to kind of just leave lime sitting in, but it is what it is. I'll have to fertilize still. So I'm probably going to do that today before I sign off as well. I've got about 1,100 liters of fertilizer sitting in there. So I'm good on supply, which means I shouldn't lose any balance from what I've got here with the 130,288. So pretty happy with how things are going. I've got a challenge in that in a couple weeks I'm going to be out of town on a business trip, so the farm is not going to be able to be worked for several days. And so I'm trying to maximize when I am here. What I haven't looked at yet is I'm crossing my fingers and praying that winter will hit while I'm out of town, so that there really won't be much that gets lost, because there aren't any contracts then. There's no grass growing to mow and so forth. But the other key thing here is this is the first grass harvest I got. So last year I got grass off the field in March. This year that did not happen. It really wasn't even giving me a growing state in March. So it just started growing, basically, is what happened. Harvesting it off the field in November or whatever it was, November or December, that's kind of what happened. So I'm guessing I'm not going to get 5 harvests this year. I'm going to get maybe 4. that's still great, but everybody's going to have that same dynamic, I would imagine. I can't think of anything that I'm doing that's causing that, because I've just been mowing when it's available. And then beyond that, as far as this server, there's other servers involved. As far as this server, I think I'm doing pretty well on the balance. It looks like the For You Ranch is also kind of up there, so they may be at a point like I am that they don't have a loan and they're starting to accumulate. So it may be a little bit of a tug of war there with the two of us, just trying to see who can peek out on top when we are done in this location before we move to the next generation. The other thing that, as I've said, has not been made very clear with the generational farming is, are we basically getting anything from a scoring standpoint in between generations? Are they basically saying, hey, you're in the top 3, and they're going ahead and giving the top 3 awards at each generation, or is it just at the end? At this point, I'm assuming it's at the end, because otherwise, that could be just a lot of awards and so forth, and that's not something that I think would be easily sustainable, but we'll see what happens. And once again, I'm just kind of trying to see how I can do competing from that standpoint. So I just figured I'd hop down here. Just noticed he was down here at the biogas plant. So I think he's just trying to deliver these right now, and you gotta get them. I know you have to lower them, release them, there you go. And once they're released, they vanish. So now he'll be able to head back up to the field and pick up some of the rest of these. So he's got, what, 6? Wow. So yeah, he's got 8, 7. He's got 7 bales left. I'm pretty sure when I did this last time, I got 7 bales in total. So he may have a pretty good bonus off of this as well. Good for him. That's definitely, worthwhile effort, because baling takes a little bit of time, but sometimes the reward's worth it. Sometimes it's not. So this is the Les Jardins de Fermier, Garden of Farmers. We are at one of the main sell points. Never really walked around here this way because I've never had a reason to. But hopefully that gives you enough. Obviously this is going to be pretty short. Probably, it's longer than it needed to be, because as always I've just kind of talked. But I just wanted to at least give you an update, because I know it's been several days and people might be wondering, have I stopped doing anything? I haven't. So given that I'm kind of tossing these out in real time right now, and right now that's the plan, I may change that if suddenly working gets more difficult, or it just gets more challenging to get episodes out and I need the time to actually do work on the farm. I may then opt to just give summaries periodically or spread them out more. But for now, I'd rather give you short, under 10-minute videos just to give you an update of what's going on if I'm just kind of contracting and doing the grass work. But as I said, I don't know that anybody's looking to watch a 20-minute video with grass while we're going ahead and doing a lot of what we've done already, and there's not really a whole lot new to say. I mean, the summaries are pretty simple. I mean, we're almost at the point of like an operating business at this point. I'm not planning on making any additional changes. We're just really looking at what the P&L statement looks like, and then that's the measurement here. I'm going to leave you here with that, but that is what I've done. We're now should be on the normal cycle, so that means July I'll be harvesting again. What would it be? July, September, November, so it'll be the same cycle, and then I may just be always, not being able to harvest until May. So maybe that first year we got a little bit of a bonus harvest, and that may not happen again. Because I was thinking that we would be able to harvest in April at least, and then things would shift a bit, but that's not what I'm seeing. So I'll keep reporting what's happening, and hopefully you'll keep watching. So as always, if you like these, appreciate it if you click the like button. That helps get the video out to more people. And similarly, if you haven't subscribed, would love to have you as a subscriber and have you follow along everything that I'm doing here on the channel. So I'll see you next time.